Hello, hello, Solutions for Sellers. Happy Sunday. Janet Parks here, CEO and founder. And I am super duper excited to hang out with you tonight and give you the step-by-steps and some really good information on how you can throw a 24-hour virtual direct sales party on Pages. So this has been a really big topic of conversation given the changes that we are seeing happening in Facebook groups. And for those of you that still haven't really tuned into that or maybe don't know what's going on, Facebook groups is removing the ability to use third-party tools inside of the groups. So things like Zoom, Post My Party, SendShare, StreamYard, which is my personal favorite. These things are not going to be able to be functional inside of groups. So this kind of kills the ability to automate our parties. Yes, you will still have access to Facebook Scheduler and the Facebook Live feature. However, we kind of know that those aren't necessarily the most dependable. I personally have had issues with scheduling content and even using that Facebook Live feature. Sometimes it works great, and then there's other times where it's just wonky. And if we want to be able to grow successful businesses online, we cannot operate off of things that don't work 100% of the time. Okay. Although we can't anticipate everything working all the time, this is definitely an area where we really need to start pivoting. So this training is going to be all about how you can start partying in a different way. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about how to do them with Pages. So if you're brand new, welcome in. Excited to have you here. We have a new training every single Sunday. Typically, it's about some sort of topic that revolves around direct sales. And then more specifically, we talk about content. We talk about how to post, and we talk about sales strategy and just different types of topics that relate to our direct sellers and the things that they're looking for. So if this is a topic that you're excited to tune into, make sure to participate below. Hashtag live in the comment section for me. If you are watching live, if you end up catching this later on the replay, I still want to see your comments. So hashtag replay below. I want to see who's tuning in later. Also, we're going to be giving away some content at the end of the live. It's actually going to be in the form of a separate post. So for those of you that share this live, you're going to be entered to win. And for those of you that have texted our solutions text line with the word new, you'll also get an additional entry. So if you want to share the live or text us at our text line, then that will get you 2 entries to win. And then we will announce a winner right after the live. What are we giving away? We're giving away an entire month of content for your business page. So for those of us that are still trying to figure out how do we actually start showing up on our business page, we're going to be giving you an entire month of content for the month of April. So you will have that just in time for you to be able to schedule that out and have it to where you can set it and forget it. So if you guys are excited to win that, make sure to share the live or text us on our text line. You can find the text information on the welcome post that was posted, and it should be pinned at the top of the page. So welcome in, everybody. Let's talk about Pages. I don't want to make this training super long. So let's go ahead and kind of dive in here. So how do you actually party inside of Pages? So first of all, here are some of the benefits of being able to utilize Pages. Number one, you can treat it very much like a VIP group in a sense that you can upload a cover photo, right? Just like how you would in a VIP group. You can optimize your bio. You can still name your page after the hostess, right? You can do a lot of the customization that's very, very similar to VIP groups. Those are benefits because it's not necessarily a huge learning curve is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of the things that you used to do inside of VIP groups can easily translate over onto Pages. So that's one benefit. It's not a huge learning curve. There are some other features that you can start using. Like the scheduling feature that comes with Pages. It's called Meta Business Suite. You can schedule out your content. So for those of you that are not signed on with like a scheduling platform, I know we use SendShare. We love SendShare. There's a ton of benefits to having it. So we're huge advocates of it. But if you don't use a program like that and you would like to use Meta Business Suite, you have a really great library in there of different things that you can utilize when it comes to scheduling out your party content. So you'll have the ability to automate your parties inside of Pages. Another great benefit to using Pages is the fact that these are things that you can create and delete. There's actually a way for you to throw your 24-hour party and actually delete the party page afterwards once everything is closed out, so that you don't have an entire, kind of just a ton of pages all in one place. I know for those of us that do a lot of parties and groups, comment below if you typically do parties in your groups, in your inside of Facebook groups. If you are, which is really the majority of us, right? We're kind of still doing this learning curve thing where we're trying to pivot a little bit. We know that we can't delete these groups. They just kind of exist and they just take up space. And sometimes it just becomes a little hectic, right? When we have so many of those all, in one place. With Pages, you have the ability to go through and delete it. Now, another great benefit to this, and this is actually something that we do every single Sunday. Some of you guys may have noticed this, for those of you that have followed us for a while, right? Comment below, by the way, how long have you been following us? If we have some longtime followers here, I'm just curious to see who's been hanging out with us for a period of time. But if you have followed us for a while, one thing that you have noticed that we have done very consistently is we actually create an event inside of our business page. This event is basically where our guests can just RSVP. They can see the event that's happening on what day. And in that event, it's going to give them the notifications of when the actual event begins. So we like that because, again, you can kind of see how many people are RSVPing, and they're getting their information as to what this event is all about all in one place. And at the same time, they'll get the notifications. So do we post the party post inside the event? We don't want to do that because we are big believers that Facebook is probably going to have a problem with you posting a ton of party posts inside of a Facebook event. That's just a belief we've had, because for those of us who were partying using events at one point, we kind of saw what happened with that. And there was just kind of an issue with spam with that. So we don't advise you actually posting the party post inside the event, but more so using the event feature on Pages just to let people RSVP, for them to be able to see the information as to what time the event's going to be, what is this event all about, how they can get entered to win, where they can follow, and then where the actual party post will take place. So that's what we recommend. I wouldn't recommend putting a ton of party posts inside of an event itself, if that makes sense. So that's another benefit. Aside from that, here's another just benefit before we start sharing our screen here, and I'm walking you through how to set up your party posts, how to set up your party page, and kind of the tools that you'll be able to see that Pages has to offer for party goers. Another benefit would be the fact that your posts stay in order regardless of algorithm and regardless of engagement. This is kind of a big deal because I don't know about y'all, but I've been invited to parties in the past where I'm in a group and I just can't keep track of the posts, especially when you're in party groups where they post a ton of different party posts. You guys know what I mean, right? And the way that it works algorithm wise inside of a group, if you didn't already know, is the posts that tend to perform the best, performance meaning engagement, likes, hearts, those tend to be basically boosted to the top of the feed. So it's very easy for people to engage on one post, right, over and over again, and then not see all the rest of the posts because that one post is performing better than the other ones. So it becomes kind of hectic for customers. I don't know if you guys have experienced this before, but I know I have, and I know many others have. Customers are looking for the right post, they're looking for their shopping link, and sometimes that can be hectic. So we love the fact that with Pages, when you make posts, there's no algorithm or an engagement that you really have to worry about too much. More so because the posts will always stay in order. And as long as you number them, it becomes easy for customers to navigate. When there's friction at any point, people are going to be resistant and they're not going to be able to make their purchases. And we really think, or at least my opinion is, sometimes Facebook groups really can be a buzzkill when it comes to collecting sales. especially the fact that the average viewer rate in groups, not everybody's, but the average viewer rate is about 6%, which means the average amount of eyeballs that you are getting in your groups right now is about 6%. Regardless of how many people you have in your groups, only about 6% on average are actually seeing the post, which is, again, a buzzkill for business. On a page that doesn't exist, which is great. That means that when you invite your party goers, there's a higher chance that you're going to actually have people seeing your content and engaging with your content, because there is no algorithm or engagement that's the determining factor of what they see. Does that make sense? Comment below if that makes sense. But it's really funky how the algorithm works. But these are just some of the reasons, guys, why we love pages. And so in this training, I'm going to share my screen here in just a second, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get started creating a page from your personal profile, how to optimize it to get it set up for your party host. And then I'm also going to show you a brief kind of a view of a 24-hour concept. Okay, so if you guys are excited, drop some emojis in the comment section for me. We actually just launched our newest 24-hour party script inside of our Simply Sustainable Academy membership. Our Academy members are getting all of the tools and plug and play resources, including content, captions, Canva links, step-by-step instructions, training modules, and more. So if you're interested in grabbing those up-to-date tools so that you can start throwing parties on your pages, feel free to click the link above. There's a 14-day trial link up there, so you can click that, try us out for 14 days, and then see if you like it. All right, so we're going to get started here in just a second. Let me just kind of walk you through really quickly what a 24-hour party really looks like. Comment below. Also, let me know, how many days do you typically run your virtual parties? I know there's people out there that still do 3 days. Some people do 5 days. I've talked to some people that on average do anywhere from 5 to 7 days. A few of you guys are doing like month-long parties, which blows my mind. You guys, we don't have time for that. The shorter, the better, okay? I'm just going to tell you before we share our screen here is that the shorter the event, the better. Okay, the benefits of hosting a short, to the point, 24-hour event is the fact that you're going to be able to hold the attention span a lot faster and a lot easier than a dragged out 5 to 7 day party. Now, are there parties out there that are still successful partying 5 to 7 days? I'm sure there are, and I'm sure that some of you guys are still rocking and rolling it. But we're thinking long term, we're thinking future, we're thinking now, present moment, right? We're thinking about the statistic of the average attention span on social media being 8 seconds. 8 seconds and 7 days long, it just doesn't equate anymore. So that is why we've come up with this concept, and that's why we're sharing it with you. So basically, long story short, the concept of a 24-hour party script is you got your morning post, you have your 1 hour till post, you got about 10 posts that basically market your products, and then you end off your event with a live. And your live is there to really just talk about your most important catalog items, right? Your hostess benefits, and then of course, some kind of idea to get people to want to ask you about your business, right? We give you that whole model inside of the Academy as well. So if you'd like some information, again, the link is above. But that's the gist of it. Then you give your customers about 24 hours to place their orders. You're doing your follow-ups. You're creating that urgency. You're closing sales in Messenger or in the comments section when people inquire. And then you close it out and you can delete your page. It's just that simple. Okay, so now that I've done all the talking, who's excited to see how to get started creating pages? I hope you guys are excited for this. So we're going to go ahead and share our screen. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your personal Facebook. So I'm going to go to my personal Facebook. Okay. And on your personal Facebook, this is the only place where you're going to be able to create your pages. And over time, you can actually do some different things with your pages. But for now, this is your starting point. Left-hand side, you're going to find where it says pages. Under your pages, it's actually going to show you your most recent business pages that you have created, if you have any, including your personal business page, so you can access them through here. as well as your deactivated pages. So I have a deactivated page here, for example. So on the left-hand side, you're going to hit create new page. From here, you're going to have your setup process. Your setup process is very simple, very basic. It's going to ask you for your page name. So in this case, we'll just put Kim's Spring Fling Cooking Party. And then we're going to put the category. Okay. So in the category, you want to kind of think about like just the niche or the genre that your specific company falls under. Maybe you're in a beauty type of company, or a cooking style, or organizational compartment, or, jewelry, right? This is what you're putting in the category. So I'm going to put, I'm going to type in cooking. It's going to bring up kitchen and cooking. You don't really need to like go crazy putting a bunch of categories. Again, this is a temporary party page. So you don't need to really help the SEO of this, because that's what this is. This is really helping the SEO, the search engine optimization, for people to find your page. And you really don't want the public to find it. So I would keep it very basic. In here is where you want to put your bio. So in your bio, it's very much like your group, where you would put the purpose of the actual space here. So welcome to Kim's 24-hour Spring Fling Cooking Party is what I put. So excited to have you join us as we show you some of the most popular spring cooking tools and practices you can use for the spring season. Tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern for the event. You can keep it short, sweet, and to the point. So what I would advise for you is to put a simple welcome. Excited to have you. This is what we're going to be providing. This is what we're going to be sharing with you. Make sure to tune in on the live or when the event actually begins at this time and at this date. And so if you can keep it to the point that way, people get their information quickly. They understand what they're supposed to be doing. They understand, what time they're supposed to be showing up where, and just keep it sweet. I also would focus in on, if you're going to invite people to come join you on your party page, I would focus in on the value you're going to bring versus the discounts and the offers. And the reason being is because you want people to want to participate in this party, right? And in order for them to want to participate, they got to know what's in it for them. And yes, maybe a deal is a good thing, and it could be in it for them, right? That's a good thing, of course, but you also want to maybe focus in on the fact that you need to be able to give people value and solutions, and you want to be able to solve problems. And when you're able to solve problems and give people that education behind it, then people are going to be more prone to wanting to make purchases with you. So that's what I recommend. So I put join us as we show you some of the most popular spring cooking tools and practices you can use for your spring season, right? You can always change that up. Again, this is something generic that I created just for this training here. But I would definitely focus on the value that you give, right? Spring cleaning solutions, organizational solutions, cooking solutions, however you want to put it. So from here, this is where you want to go ahead and click the Create Page button. Once you click the Create Page button, then it's going to take you over to the next section. Okay, so now we're on the next part where it's going to have you just finish setting up your page. So here where it says contact, this is where you're going to be putting the website, your party, your particular hostess's party link right in here. So that way they can find the link. It's there when they can do their shopping. You could even do a third-party link if you wanted to link like a milkshake or a link tree type of deal. But whatever's easiest for you, you just want to pop that in here. Put in your phone number. I would highly suggest putting your project broadcast phone number. You can put your email in there. You can put your address. I don't believe that these are required fields because I don't see an asterisk there. Hours of operation, I would just put no hours available, just because, again, this is a party group or a party page. So this is not something that's going to be around forever. Unless you want to put select hours and you just want to be specific about it, you can here. But let me see if it actually lets me skip this portion. Yeah, so it actually lets you skip some of that. So if you didn't want to put like the link in there, if you didn't want to put your address and your phone number, you definitely, don't have to. You can skip all of that. So, okay. From here, we're going to customize your page. So you're going to add your profile photo, which I'm sure that I have one here in my download section. So we're going to put your profile photo so people can see you. Unless you have a picture of you and your hostess. If you know your hostess, that's going to be an awesome picture. But if not, that's okay. We're going to add your cover photo. So in this case, I know we're doing Kim's fling, spring fling cooking party, but I'm going to use this banner just because it's done. So make sure it says the right hostess's name. Welcome to Kim's Moms and Margaritas Party. So you can upload that there into the banner, just like how you would in a group. You can set an action button if you wanted to as well, which there are different options. So basically that means that when guests join your party page, they'll have that big blue button that says start, whatever you want it to say, that gives them the kind of call to action to do something, to perform some kind of action on the page, whether it's sign up, start order, view shop. I would definitely either choose the start order button or the view shop. So you can choose either one there. And then the next page is where I believe that's the last step. I believe now we're good. Oh, the last step is to set up your WhatsApp if you wanted to. I'm just going to skip it. I don't think it's necessary. And then here you can invite your friends. So obviously if you're doing this for a specific hostess, she's going to invite her friends. So you definitely wouldn't be inviting yours. But if you're throwing your own party page, maybe for your own friends, I definitely recommend doing that first. Before you do it with a hostess, do your own party, right? Throw your own type of celebratory event and use the Moms and Margaritas party script or even the spring fling that's available in order for you to just use that for your parties. Okay. So now the Moms and Margaritas is the 24-hour party script. The spring fling is still 3-day, but you can always compress the 3-day down if you wanted to into a 24-hour event. Okay. So we're going to go next. These notifications, we're going to leave those on. We're going to hit done. And now it's going to take you to the actual page itself. I do like the fact that it doesn't take a long time. It looked like it took a while because there were a number of options there, but honestly, it just doesn't take a long time. This really takes a few minutes. If obviously I'm training you on this, so it's taking longer, but it only takes a few minutes to really fill out your information and your basic need to knows and just the basic info on your page. So you could take the tour once your new page is created. It'll give you little things like easily switch between your page and your profile, which you can toggle here. So when you click this little arrow here in the top right-hand corner, it shows you all the pages you've ever created in your personal profile. So if you ever want to switch back to your personal profile, you can do so by hitting that and you can just toggle back and forth. So when you have multiple parties at the same time, for example, you can always just go here and toggle between all of the different party pages. So go next. Little tutorial on just how to explore certain things. You're not going to be using much of the, going through and looking at other pages from your party page. This is obviously going to be the focus and where you're going to be spending most of your time with your hostess. So let's talk about it. So here is your actual party page. So here's where I want to direct your attention to. Now, here's what's really cool about pages is you have the functionality of being able to schedule out your content. So you're not necessarily required to use SendShare or an outside third-party scheduling platform. However, there's always those conveniences of using SendShare, especially the fact that you can batch post your content. You don't have to do the post one by one. Meta Business Suite, which is right here, is just another option for those of you that don't use SendShare. You can click Meta Business Suite. And from here, you have like a whole suite menu of different things that you can do. You can create your stories from here. You can create your reels. You can go live. You have a section here where you can create your post. There's an actual planner here as well. So it actually allows you to see all of your scheduled content once it is scheduled. You can schedule your stories. And so I like the visual aspect of this because it just makes it a little easier to kind of see everything and what you're doing on your page. So I'll let you explore kind of the rest of this. There are a ton of different options. Most of them you won't use. Again, that's because this is such a short, sweet, to the point event type of style, party style. However, this is just a really great place for you to schedule your content. That's really kind of the gist of being able to use the Meta Business Suite or the perk. Okay, so let's scroll up. We're going to go and create posts. And from here is where the magic happens when it comes to creating or scheduling your posts. So you can go through and actually attach your caption here into the text by copy pasting. And then here where it says add photo is where you can add your photo. If you have a video or a reel or a short video that you want to share, sharing some sort of a tutorial or maybe something about your products, you can also add it here where it says add video. There's a drop down menu that says that you can create video from image, which is kind of a cool little AI thing. And then you can upload from your desktop. Can you use the Meta Business Suite on your phone? Yes, it's just an app. I think it's the Meta app itself. I know I have it on my phone, and you can easily manage this through your phone. So this is great to have both functionalities. Now at the very bottom where it says scheduling options, you can set your date and your time here. You can hit the date as to when you want your post to be scheduled, and then you can set your time. Once you're done with that, you just hit the schedule option here, and then your post is scheduled. What I love about this also is it gives you an actual preview of your post of what it's going to look like when it's actually posted inside of your party page. So you can actually see in real time what your post is going to look like. You can verify for errors, things like that. And it gives you the desktop view as well as the mobile view. So that's really how you use this Meta Business Suite, or at least the basics of it. And another thing that I really like too, you're not really going to need this, but really more so on your business page, your personal business page, is you can actually connect your Instagram to Meta. So if you wanted to schedule content to your business Instagram account, you can do that there also. Obviously, we're talking about party pages specifically, but just wanted to show you that because I didn't know that until I started playing around with this, which is kind of neat, right? So like I said, there's other options in here that you can use to schedule your content. However, you're really just not going to use a lot of that. We're just really in here to schedule your posts. Okay. So here's your planner. These are some quick menus in here as well. Again, it just shows you your entire month, or your week rather, and you can schedule your content from here. So it's very, very, looks like very user friendly for sure. Post and reels, it'll show all your posts and your reels from the last 60 days. So you can actually go through that and take a look. And then you can go through your stories as well. If you have any stories, you can create stories and you can look at your past stories as well. So really, really cool little function there. So let's look at your actual, so this is the business page. Obviously you're going to have the functionality of being able to go live from your phone or your desktop. However, one thing you should know is that StreamYard is not going, if you're a StreamYard user, StreamYard is not going to connect with your party pages yet, until it is an official established page. So unfortunately for your party pages, if you're a big StreamYard user like I am, you're not going to be able to connect to it, especially if you're running very short 24-hour events. It's not going to be able to establish itself as a page on Facebook for enough time for it to be able to earn the connection with StreamYard. And that's kind of the whole deal there. So that's okay though. Again, this is an obstacle that we can just kind of overcome. And there's going to be obstacles as we, learn these things, but going live directly on your desktop is an option, which is awesome. And then you can also go live from your phone. So the live feature is there. You just can't connect a third-party live streaming tool to it, or at least not StreamYard. If there's something else available that's as comparable to StreamYard, maybe you just have to kind of figure out what that is. So there's that. And then, so you can at least go live from your phone and desktop just using the Facebook Live feature. And if you're doing these parties, they don't really have to be super long lives. They could be 20 minutes long. Friend warm welcome, engage your audience, teach them something as it pertains to your business or niche. Walk them through a quick little demo. I wouldn't spend any more than 2 to 3 minutes per product. I would have a maximum of maybe 5 to 10 products. Anything more than that would be kind of overkill. Focus in on your specials, your hero products, your best sellers, the products that tend to move the most, any new products that are performing well, anything on sale and limited time offers, seasonal items. Those are basically the popular things. And then I would cap your video off by giving people an incentive to host with you. Talk about the hostess perks throughout your live. Drop some little, mentions of the benefits of hosting. And if you're talking about products, maybe talk about, you can earn these for free if you decide to host a party. And many people, see the benefits of hosting parties because, they can get discounts on their products and they can earn some of these products rather than paying full price. And I'm all about helping my friends not pay full price. So if you're interested in hosting, feel free to leave a comment below and, I'm happy to help you out. Those little kind of mentions of it, see how it's casual and it's not salesy, but it's just mentioning it, putting the offer out there. You want to do that throughout your live, the beginning, the middle, the end. And there's strategic ways that you can do it, but it's just about being smart about how you incorporate it along with your demo, right? So you can do your live there. If you wanted to not use a scheduling software, obviously, kind of like how you've already been doing in your groups, you can go put your caption there, upload your photo, or upload a reel, right? If you do reels about your products and it would be great in your parties, you can upload those there. Okay. So those are the basics of how to run your actual party page. And so we're going to kind of leave it at that there. But now I kind of want to switch gears a little bit and show you what your 24-hour party structure could actually look like. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to Simply Sustainable Academy membership, and we're going to go ahead and grab the Moms and Margaritas 24-hour party script. Okay. Now, every month we offer offer a 24-hour party script structure. And so for the month of April, our newest one is going to be Moms and Margaritas. So we're going to pop in here really quickly and just grab that. So you can at least take a look at the structure and what this actually looks like. So it's going to download as a PDF. Okay. So here's your party script. We're going to open up this bad boy and I'm going to just show you what this looks like. What does this 24-hour party structure look like? How do you run it on a party page? How does this actually flow? Okay, so I showed you how to create a page, how to optimize your party page. I showed you how to schedule out your content for your party page. Now let's talk about the actual party structure. Again, as we mentioned with this 24-hour party page type of style, it's quick, it's short, it's to the point, you delete it out, and really you've got a maximum of about 48 hours of it being available to your party guests before it becomes removed, right? So how does this work? So there are 12 posts total in your 24-hour party script. So it's not even a ton of posts. So for those of you that aren't using like SendShare, obviously you can take these and you can just, copy paste. 12 posts is not a lot, right? It's pretty manageable. Day one event day has your 12 posts, okay? So it would be ideal to invite everybody to the party page as soon as, you have your guests and as your hostess is sending out those invitations, invite them to the party page. And then you can start obviously the very next day. That would be your day one. So you should have like an invite day, I would say, to make sure everybody's invited, everybody's in there. Of course, we don't want to give a ton of people too much time to invite to these things, because if you give them too much time, then they're going to forget about it. If you plan it 2 weeks out ahead, right, people are just going to forget about it. It's not like an in-person thing where they can just show up and they're physically there, right? And they're putting it on their calendars. It's a virtual event. It's a whole different ball game. So quick, fast, to the point. So one invite day and then the actual day of the event where you're going to be throwing up your 12 posts and then going live. The day after that is where you are basically just closing your sales and just creating urgency, and you're following up with all of your guests. So really the page would maybe be up a maximum of 72 hours. Okay. Unless you wanted to close it at the same night of your actual event. So that's obviously going to be up to you. So 12 posts on the party day, right? Along with your live. Your guests will have 24 hours to place their orders. The post-event day is the day to do follow-ups with your guests. Okay. So right after your live event is where you really want to get people chatting, and you want to follow up with them, and you want to make sure you're closing sales. You're asking them if they need any help. You're directing them and showing them where the website is, all that jazz, because it's fresh in their minds. They just attended. They're kind of there. They're present. You may as well capture them while they are present. Okay. And then, of course, close the stragglers the next day. So here's how it's going to work. You have your welcome post at 8 a.m., right? This is where you're going to be giving people the information of, when the party's going to start, when it's going to end, your shopping link, what company this is, all that jazz. And then you have like a call to action, some sort of an engagement post at the end, or engagement call to action at the end. Your next post is your story time. This is where you're talking about you as a consultant. Okay. So with your first post, I definitely recommend pinning it. So much like in a Facebook group where you pin an important post to the top and it shows up in the featured section, you can do the exact same thing in the party page. You can pin whatever post you want. That way people see the most recent post. So I would definitely pin your welcome post. The next one is your about me. So obviously this is something that you're going to want to plug and play. This is where you talk about yourself and your story and how you got started and all the things, right? The next one is the very next post is your 1 hour till post. So we go from a morning post, which is your welcome, the next morning post, which is about you, which if you really wanted to, you can combine that into one post if you really wanted to. Might be a lot of text for the caption though, but if you just want to compress the post, you can. Okay. But your very next post is your 1 hour till, which is an engagement post. It's just a simple 1 hour till engagement post, which in the template, it starts at 6 p.m., which means that your party would start at 7 p.m. Do you have to use our tables? No. If you have, if you want to do yours at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., whatever's most convenient for your guests, or when, wherever you're at, you can change that up. But we just, for our template, we say put your 1 hour till at 6 p.m. Then your 7 p.m. is when your party actually begins. This is when we talk about the special at 7 p.m. At 7:05 is where we talk about customer favorites. At 7:10 is when we talk about the new arrivals for the season. At 7:15, we talk about some sort of a highlighted product. Maybe it's a hero product. Maybe it's a limited time offer. Maybe it's just something that you want to focus on. Maybe it's some sort of additional promotion that's going on in your company. This is the check this out, which with our template, you can change this out if you wanted to, if you want to change it to something specific. At 7:20 is your limited time offers. And then at 7:25, your personal favorites, the ones that you recommend, the ones that you love, go on this one. And at 7:30 are your bundles. Of course, we want to get people on bundles, right? That's more PV or personal volume for you. And of course, that's the best value for your customers. And then the next time period is going to be your host your own event, which I think this right here is a little bit of a typo because we probably want to change that. Instead of 7:50, it would probably be 7:35 for the host your own event. So this is where you're going to be incentivizing your people to host their own event. So this is where you put like the perks of hosting, right? And all of that. Then the next one is that's a wrap. Let's get ready for the live. So that's a wrap is going to give you kind of a party poll type of structure here, which that one would post at 7:40 instead of 7:55 would be 7:40. So I got to update these 2 times here. And then afterwards is your actual live. There should be some sort of a Vimeo video here that you can click on if you wanted to watch that and see how to actually run your live event. And then that's it. You're basically closing this out. So what's the difference here with our other parties? Obviously, it's not 3 days long. It's just 1 day where all your posts are thrown up as well as your live. And then you're just spending the rest of your time following up with your guests. Okay. So that's the template in your script format and what you're actually doing on your party page. And then you have your script images. So if I open this here, you will be able to see the instructions here on how to actually use this. Now, some of you guys are part of the my content membership, so you have access to all of this stuff. And so you'll be able to kind of see how this this whole thing works, but you'll have your Canva template. You can personalize these graphics and you can save them by clicking on the images, and you can change the colors of the font. You can add more pictures of you in here. Obviously, you just want to highlight some of this and kind of delete off what you're going to use and what you're not going to use. And then you can save it. Hit the share button, download as a PNG, and it will save as a form of zip file on your computer or on your phone. And you can just upload it from your computer and then schedule it into SendShare or Meta Business Suite. And there you go. You got an automated party aside from your live. Okay. So, what are some of the benefits of being able to throw this type of party? Obviously, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to throw virtual parties online, just because they're all in one place. You're not having to rely on an algorithm and engagement for your post to perform. They all stay in order, kind of like what I mentioned earlier in the training. And these are things that, again, you can create and you can delete. You can create and then you can delete. And so you can really go through these parties fairly quickly if you wanted to. So I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to share with you guys with these 24-hour parties. Hold on one second. I think I was going to show you what was I going to show you? I think I was going to show you these other templates aside or in addition to your 24-hour script. So there are some trivia questions in here that you can utilize if you wanted to. Some of the graphics are going to have some trivia questions. And then you have some blank templates here that you can use, you can restructure, you can play around with. And this is just for you to, if you wanted to add more posts to your party page, you can. You absolutely can. You don't need to stick with everything that we give you. Obviously, it's helpful to have what we give you as a guideline and a starting point and something that you could use in order for you to have some sort of a structure with throwing this type of party for the first time. However, I know some of us run our businesses differently, and some of us like to post more and they want to focus more on engagement, or maybe extend your party out an extra day if you wanted to. That is what these extra templates are here for. Of course, we're going to give you our recommendations, but at the end of the day, it's your business. So you can extend this out if you wanted to. I wouldn't extend it out for more than a day, though. Honestly, sweet, short, to the point. It's going to hold people's attention span. They're going to have a limited time to place their orders, which is going to create urgency, which is what you want in a sales environment. You want to create that urgency. You want to give people the value. You want to make sure that you're making it a personalized shopping experience. You want to make it convenient for people. And this is how you do it. Very, very simple, right? I feel like I'm kind of spacing on what else I wanted to share with you, but I think I pretty much covered everything. And as far as being able to put like a banner for your party page right here, if you right click and open this, your banners are going to be right there, and you can personalize them, right? You saw the one that I put up. You can personalize these however you want to. You can move this text around if you want to. You can change the color of the background to white if you wanted to. You can put a picture of yourself like I did. You saw the cover that I put up on my party page, right? So that's just a great example as to what you can actually use for your banners, right? Okay, really quickly, let me go back this way. I'm going to show you the mock party that I'm actually working on as well. So also, side note, when you hit this little option here where it says account, it shows all of the pages that you have. You see, I have all these pages. I made all these pages. Some of these are mock, and I made these for training purposes, but it's very easy to go from your personal profile into your party pages just like that. You just click it, right? So if I want to go to Jessica's Sparkle and Shine party, it's going to take me on over to Jessica's Sparkle and Shine party, right? And then on the left-hand side, it'll say you're now acting as Jessica's Sparkle and Shine party on Facebook. So basically what it's doing, it's switching you from one account to the other account, and it'll show you that you're acting as that. So when you're commenting on, certain things, or when you're posting, it's going to show the right profile. It's going to show the right person. or the right entity on these pages. So there's nothing that you have to worry about bouncing from one party to the other party to the other party, because it's going to switch along with you, so that you're the right entity in each space, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense the way I verbalized it. This is another party that I went ahead and set up, and you can actually see, this is a scheduled post that I had made, what it looks like. Very much like in a group, right? You have your post, Jessica Sparkle and Shine Party. It's numbered. It's all kind of optimized for you. You put the times, the dates on when things are going to start, when they're going to close. And there's that, right? Now, if you really wanted to, you can add some extra content. So on invite day, when people are being invited into the chat, if you want people to start looking at content or looking at products, of course, you can, attach your shopping link here, go into this welcome post and add some photos of the specials, just so people can kind of get their information quickly and people can start placing orders quickly. You can most certainly do that. And then looking at the other options here, you have just an extra idea here that you can use. This is something that I know we do on our Sunday segments. I know SendShare does this on their Tuesday events when they do their trainings. So there is an option on your party page called events. I know earlier in the training I talked about not necessarily putting your whole party in the event, but really making it a place where people can RSVP. You can do that here when you hit more and go to events. If that's something you want to do, you can. Is it required? No, it's just, for us, it's just a great way for people to RSVP, get their information quickly, but also get the notifications, right, of when something is going to start. And that's what we love about it. So if you go to where it says create event, you can, leave this banner here if you wanted to. Put your event name in here, put your actual date of when your party is going to start, as well as the time. Customize this to where this is a virtual event, right? Then you can put in whether it's a Facebook Live, an external link that you want people to do, or other. I typically put other. Put in the same details that you have in your bio or maybe in your welcome post right here. And then add maybe the information that, hey, this party is going to take place right on the page itself. Add the link to the actual page, which I'll show you where to grab that, so that people know where the party posts are going to be at. An added benefit is you can also add a co-host. So if you hit the add co-host here, you can make your hostess a co-host in your party, which is great because she can participate and you can have her making posts. And I think that's a great benefit because it also gives your hostess a reminder of when things are going, so that you can actually get her participating a little more. So we like that. So once you do that, you just create an event and then it'll show up right on your page. And when it shows up right on your page, you can pin it to the very, very top. And so when people see it pinned at the very top of your posts, then it's something that they can, RSVP to. So let me just show you, because I don't want to create a whole event in here, but let me just show you on my personal business page really quickly what that event will look like. And you may have seen this before. So you can see, here's the featured section on my business page. You see how I have things pinned up here? These are pinned because these are posts that I want people to see and not have to scroll forever to look for things, right? So here's an event. It'll show up this way, right? As you can see, we've already had some people RSVP to this, okay? So you have the name of it. It shows the time in red, right? You can boost it. So this is obviously a paid ad type of thing. So if you want people to come to your weekly cooking class that you're doing on a party page, or if you want people to come to your, organizational event where you're showing moms how to organize their closets, and you have a tutorial or something, you can actually pay to get Facebook ads out there. So for some of you, if you're doing hostess parties, though, you may not want to do that. But if you're doing your own parties using party pages, you can do that. And I would suggest doing that on your actual business page, right? So it shows just like this, right? I've got the event here. How do I attend this event? So this is how I have this lined out. The training will be held directly on our business page, not in this event. So I say that very, very clearly. And then what I typically do is I make a post in the discussion area. I make a post. It's not up yet, is it? It's not up yet. And in the post, I say, hey guys, make sure to come join us on our actual page. Typically people don't get confused as long as you kind of have that there, but it shows right here, right? Your upcoming events. And when people RSVP, they're going to get this too. And it's just helpful to have kind of like those reminders there. Okay. So, do you have to create an event? No, you don't have to. Should you create an event? I recommend it for sure, but again, everybody's going to run their business differently. If you don't want to go through that, you don't necessarily have to. I don't think it's going to make or break anything. It's just going to help with attendance, and it's going to help with people actually seeing the notifications of all the things, if that makes sense. So here's another cool thing is you can actually see the insights as well. So when your posts are posting, it'll show you who's like, if people are actually engaging with it. Obviously, this is a page that, I haven't shared this out yet. This is my mock party page, but you can actually see here the reach, the impressions, the engagement, kind of like how you were able to do it in groups, but a little bit more expanded upon. If you put a shopping link on your post, that might be helpful. Maybe that way, so people don't have to necessarily look for the shopping link. I think I would on my party post. If I want people to do their shopping, I want to make sure that there's no friction. So maybe just add it on your posts. So, okay. So I'm trying to think if I covered every part of this. I think I did. I hope that this training was helpful. I hope that give you some kind of insight when it comes to throwing a 24-hour party event. If you're in the Simply Sustainable Academy, we just put in module 4 brand new videos to show you how to throw your 24-hour parties. There are step-by-step trainings in there so that you can actually use it. Shows you how to customize the Canva template, how to personalize it, and all the things in between. So guys, I hope that you found this helpful. I hope that you're excited to start throwing parties on pages. I know we just did a training not too long ago with landing pages, not to be confused as like, as we're not doing that anymore. We are. This is just a second option. I think it's great to have multiple options on how to throw parties. Messenger parties with the landing page and a page for lives, I think is a great idea. People are seeing lots of success with that, as well as just using the party page. So you can really accommodate your hostess in 2 different ways now versus, what we have been doing that's, going to be limited very, very soon. So again, I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you guys next week. I'm excited for you to kind of give me an update for those of you that are looking to get started with party pages. I hope that you do. And then just let us know, how did it work out for you? What kinks were you working through? What obstacles did you run into? If there are any, how were your party results? I'd really, really love to know. All right, guys, I will see you guys next time. And thanks for watching.